Hey guys, and welcome to the SV650 build. Got a V-Rage SV650 here. Oh, non-runner. Now I have to walk it home. But instead of walking up the dip like I normally do, I've got to walk up some long-ass, steep-ass hill. Fuck's sake, why do I do it to myself every time? Worth it. Fucking worth it. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now before you do anything to support Brad washing this bike right now, me, and also just because we need to get this out there, guys. Come on, I'm on nearly 450 subscribers now, and I've been doing this for like nearly 2 years. Come on guys, we need to do this. Look at this beast, and look how much dedication it takes me washing it in the rain. Anyway, let's carry on with the episode. The time is 3 o'clock on the dot, 3:00, and we're home. We've made it. And the dog's pissing on it to make sure he knows it's home. Fucking hell. Whew. So I'm completely out of breath trying to talk to you guys from this, but it's got 28,000 miles on it. Battery turns on, etc. It's stolen recovered, so that's like that. The fuel cap's fucked. Plates on the floor there. But I've just put the key in the fucking hole. Could use anything, could use screwdriver, use the key. Yeah, the battery's flat, so it, you know, so I'm just going to whack it on charge and see if we can get it to fire over. He says it blew up in that in messages, and then when I was talking to him earlier, he said it was only running on one cylinder, ticking over. So, could just be a carb or a fucking coil issue. We'll have to find out, won't we, dog? So she's a little bit knocky at the moment, but she's raised running on 2 cylinders, I think. But she still starts, she still runs at least. So it's midnight, as per usual in some of my videos, and I'm currently just trying to scrub the paint off with brake fluid and with petrol. Well, I used petrol first, and wherever the petrol was, the brake fluid has reacted and made it green, and it looks fucking sick. Don't know what that is, but that's literally only where the petrol's been. The brake fluid's over the entire tank. The petrol, yeah, was only on these bits where I splashed it on. It's gone like that. How crazy is that? And yeah, wherever I've scrubbed has gone red, obviously, because that's the colour of the bike. Oh, we're starting to see a nice amount of the original paint job now. She's coming back. It says SV650 here. You'll see that eventually. Oh, she's coming back, boys. Haven't really made much more progress of the fucker, so I decided to do a little polishing down here. Looking a lot better, because if you look like here, you can see what it looks like. Or there, you know. But down here, shiny. Obviously the paint's come off a little bit, but it is what it is. So obviously I've been taking the paint off here, trying to get it back to red because it's just a shitty spray job on top. But yeah, when I run it, it makes both exhausts bare hot straight away, right? But it runs like absolute shit, and obviously it's banging like fuck, yeah? And I've come to the conclusion that it's the bottom end bearing, because there was also no oil in the motherfucker, and they were probably wheeling it with no oil, and SVs are common to just fucking blow up from the wheeling anyway, let alone no oil. So, 28,000 miles, 18 owners, 1999 model. Let's see what it sounds like for you, my son. It just killed itself when I tried revving it. No choke. Wait, what is the noise going? It's intermittent, so what is it like? It's on and off. Is it the big end? Because now it sounded more like top end to me. It would sound like big end earlier, now it sounds like top end. What the fuck? Does it sound like it's running on 2 cylinders to you as well? So here she is, finally getting dug into, figuring out the running issues. Now, Haven't really figured out much about the tapping yet, apart from the tapping is intermittent and it's not very bangy, if you know what I mean. That's all I can really say about it. The screwdriver was here to hold the bonnet, well, the tank, shall I say, up. But now I've just used the old quad bike chain with some zip ties. Thank you, Mr. Quad Bike. And yeah, basically, it runs on 2 cylinders, yeah, without a doubt, because if I take this spark plug cap off, it sounds like a 125. When I put it back on, it runs like a V-twin. You know what I mean? So that is undeniable that it runs on both cylinders. It's not a sparking issue, okay? And then from there, what we've got is this is supposed to be a vacuum plug in there. That has come loose, so I'm going to be arrow dotting that in later after I know I'm not going to be running it, because I don't want to try starting it up with the wet arrow dot sort of thing. So I'm going to make sure I test everything else first, but that is definitely a minor vacuum leak there. Here we've just got the 2 carb overflows going with each other, and then the carbs have CV slides. They open themselves up with a throttle body behind, both of those, and neither of those are stuck. They both open and close lovely. Yeah, the tap-in sounds very top-endy to me, but I can't really tell because, well, the tank wasn't up. So now I'm going to start it up with the tank up. I'm going to use the screwdriver, wherever I put it, there, as a stethoscope. And you put it against this, and then the other end against my ear, to see if I can hear the knocking get louder or not, wherever I put it. So, yeah, let's see what happens. So, I'm fully aware this is going to make a fucking mess and get oil everywhere. And I'm not sure if oil pressure runs through the valve cover or not, but I don't think it does on this one. But if it does, fuck it anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to see if it starts up again now. And I'm going to see if I can really loudly hear the tapping from the top end there. Because if I can, it just makes my life so much easier, you know? I just don't want to be literally taking everything apart to diagnose something when I could diagnose it easily, buy the parts, and then strip it apart when I have to, when I've got the new parts. Not right now, sort of thing, you know? So I'd rather just keep it in one piece to just be able to push it back in and out of the shares and all that sort of bollocks, you know? So, let's see if it starts up. Key on. Choke on, because it's got no air filter on it. I definitely feel like it's one of these valves. Obviously, there's oil fucking everywhere now because of that, which I told you would happen, but it sounded like these valves to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the engine over to top dead centre on this side, because, well, you don't do it from this side, you do it from the other side, but basically there's 2 timing marks on the flywheel, one for the front cylinder, which is marked up F, one for the rear cylinder, ooh, that's my middle finger, which is marked up R. And yeah, obviously, that's the rear cylinder, because it's at the back. That's the front cylinder, because it's at the front. And this is a V-twin, 2 cylinders, one there, one there. That's what V-twin means. It's a V shape, one there, and there's 2 of them. 1, 2. Yeah. Oh, stalled itself out. You silly boy, aren't you? Are you silly? So I've made a good few posts on Facebook about this thing so far, and not getting too much help with it really. It's all kind of my ideas and my trying to figure out. But the sound has slightly got better since I first got it, sort of thing. Probably because it was super cold at the time and it's got a bit warmer and expanded a bit. But yeah, still trying to figure out what it is. I have no idea. Also, the bike says 28,000 miles, but me and a friend worked out by using the mileage history that it's probably about 40,000 miles instead, which still ain't too bad. 40,000 miles, not bad, but it's not quite 28, you know? Because in the mileage history, it suddenly got to about 16,000, and then suddenly it was 10,000 again. You know what I mean? So then you've got to account for the fact that in between those 2 MOTs, they could have done like 10,000 miles as well. Do you know what I mean? So you just don't know. But I'm estimating around 40,000. So yeah, little beast. So these nuts have obviously completely rusted off on the exhaust, but I've just managed to get this one to start spinning with the cold chisel. Yeah, boy. Oh my God. It's actually coming off. Would you believe that? Oh my God. So, using just a cold chisel and a hammer, and both me and Sonny, we've got both nuts off, and that side of the flange is now coming loose, as you can see. So, now I've got to bash this side, and hopefully we can get the front pipe off. So we've got the flange to drop down there, which, by the way, is basically made of rust itself. This is one of the nuts, as you can see. It hardly existed anymore. Ooh, just dropped it. And then with the cold chisel, we managed to split it, make it loose, and turn it off. Same with the other side, but yeah, that was gone. Now, the flange is stuck in there super hard, like the actual bit. So yeah, fucking fuming. So I've just taken a quick break from actually fixing this thing to fix the workshop because, ta-da! Brand new workbench fitted by me, and by brand new I mean it's our old kitchen one that I've used 3 pieces from. As you can see, there's a seam there and a very small seam there. Obviously I chipped bits off on that when I was bashing it because I kind of just did a quick job, but I think this looks amazing. Got a brand new vice as well because the old one was shit. The old vice is over here and this one is here. So yeah, woo! Loving it. And obviously you got the clipper collection over here because, you know, you got to collect something, you know. Ooh. And then you got the tool wall with all the tools. You got the photos of all the bikes and cars. You got this shit. You know what I mean? Woo! Boys. So because there isn't really a rush for this project, I've literally just been slowly getting on with it. So for the past like 2 days sort of thing, I've got everything I've taken off in labelled bags sort of thing because I'm not risking fucking having it apart for 3 months, forgetting and not being able to put it back together, I mean, sorry. So yeah, this needs sorting out here because this is a vacuum leak as the actual nipple can completely pull out. That's easily doable now the carbs are off, as they're, you know, right there, zip tied to the handlebar. I wouldn't recommend doing that because it can put strain on the throttle cable and the choke cable, but honestly, I've just done it because I don't really give a fuck. So let's just look inside both the intake and exhaust ports. Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see in there. Will you focus? You can see some fuel in there. Look at the other side. Looks alright. Not thinking anything's looking bent. Are you guys? Can we go to the other side, go to the rear cylinder? Let's have a look in there. What are you looking like then, you little fuckers? Yeah, rear cylinders look beautiful. Look a lot cleaner than the fronts, but they're still both pretty fucking clean. Matting! Also, this, yeah, I actually rate it. It's an oil catch can, yeah, right? So the oil from the PCV system comes up through here, and yeah, and there's a little sponge inside. So all the gases come up, go back through the intake as they're supposed to, yeah? But all the oil and that, as soon as you turn off your bike and it's not coming through anymore, it will just settle out the sponge and just drain back into the engine. Genius! Got the old rear timing chain here. It really shouldn't be that loose, should it? Let's be honest with ourselves. That shouldn't be happening. And hopefully, this is the horrific noise. Now the tensioner, unfortunately, is right in that gap there, down there. And I can access it from the back, sort of like, you can see the top of it there. But there is just basically no access to it, which is a bitch, because the front one is literally just on top there. Like, super easy to get to, just piss there. So, why does it have to be the back one, for fuck's sake? And also, I've already used my feeler gauges wherever the fuck they are to make sure it's not valves actually being out of adjustment or anything. And I've measured them all, they're all within spec, so fuck it. Please.
She was his queen, but this close.
So it's 2 AM. As per usual in all my videos, always late because, you know, who needs sleep when you can be working on vehicles? And I just reassembled everything, basically. Just all it needs to just start up. Ooh. Start up and yeah, it's just ready to fire up tomorrow, sort of thing. See if the knocking noise is gone after that fucking rear tensioner, wherever it fucking is. Yeah, was making everything super loose. So I do have the nut for that tensioner. Right, no, the bolt, sorry. Right there. I'll just not put it on until tomorrow in case it needs any more adjustment. But yeah, exhaust is back on. Sweet as nut. This engine here is definitely fucked, because now it's not even running properly anymore, like at all. It's not even really starting anymore. So obviously the revving etc. has done some damage. So the plan is now, this engine here is going to be getting a full rebuild from bottom to top. It's going to be getting oversized pistons. It's going to be getting the entire fucking lot. Oh, and this thing is going to be powerful as shit. But that's not for a while. But in the next episode of this bike, we're buying a new engine. Yeah, we're buying a replacement, a used one for now, just to get it back on the road, back going again. I've flyed the headlight in preparation because Fly is sick. And yeah, next episode coming up, new engine, SV650. Also, the tank, got a lot more black paint off it, and most of it's obviously green now, which, as you guys know, it was just green underneath. Not some weird chemical reaction like I would have thought, but yeah. Oh, I love it so much. I really do. Yee! Sweet. Subscribe to Bike with Brad right now.